Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here today with you. Today we're going to do a how-to or quick tip guide on making new fields. So if this is what you're looking for, please stay tuned. Alright folks, as mentioned, we're going to do a tutorial, a guide, a how-to video, quick one hopefully, on how to make your own fields in Farming Simulator 19. So, this was requested by a subscriber of mine, so I'm going to go ahead and do this video. Shouldn't take me too long. Even if it just helps out one person, I'm okay making this video. So, I hope you guys do enjoy. If you already know how to make your own fields, don't worry about this. I'm going to go over how to do it on console, currently, as of today when this video comes out, and how to do it on PC. There's a little bit, now, it's essentially the same on both platforms, except that on PC, there's a way to do it easier. There's a mod that's available for only PC, and if you've been on the game for a while, you probably know what that is. So we're going to go into it. So typically, in general, there are two options in game to make fields. This is just in base game, no mods. Either using a plow or using a subsoiler. So I personally prefer the subsoiler. I'll explain why. So if we hop in this tractor here, we're just going to lower the plow. And right now you'll see it's not doing anything. Oops, sorry. And we're in no man's land, by the way, which no better place than to make new fields on no man's land, considering it only has one field. Fantastic map. But it kind of forces you to create what you want to create as a farm, which is great if that's what you're looking for. If you don't want to create your own fields, not maybe the map for you, but I love this map. So we're going to create our own fields today. So I'm actually going to open up the help screen. Over there on the left-hand side of the help screen, the third option down, and again, I'm on PC. I don't know what the button's going to be if you're on Xbox One or if you're on PS4 or another platform. But on PC, the standard button is going to be Y. So as you see, the third one down says Y to allow create fields. So right now, it's not going to do anything. It's lowered, it's not going to do anything. But if I hit Y, suddenly, we're going to be able to create fields. And this is how you create fields, just like that. You can drive around, do whatever you want. However, be careful. You can't hire a worker to do this, obviously, because there's no way, there's nothing they know how to do there. But if you do go back to using the plow in a regular field, make sure you hit Y again, so up in the right-hand corner, or up in the left-hand corner, excuse me, hit Y again, third level down, so it's now limited to fields. Allow create fields, limit to fields. So now if I have it limited to fields, it's not going to create any more fields. Make sense? So that is the plow. The reason I prefer this guy over here, the subsoiler, is because the plow it's angled, right? So it's kind of hard to make a square field. If you don't care what the field's going to look like, the plow is great. Or you looking for that kind of a look, or maybe that more rugged, unnatural look, that's perfect. Or more natural look, I should say, not unnatural. But if you want a nice, if you're kind of OCD like me and you want a nice square field, you're going to probably want to use the subsoiler. So this is just one of the standard ones in game. Again, upper left hand corner, hit Y to allow create fields, hit Y to limit the fields. So if I lower it right now, it's not doing anything. There's no field here, it's not doing anything. But if I hit Y, let me back up a little bit so we can plow over that bush. If I hit Y and go forward, boom, we're creating fields. And as you should know from game, or if you don't know, if you don't use subsoilers a lot, the subsoiler leaves a cultivated look. However, it does count for the plowing requirement. So that's the other thing too. When you create a new field, it's going to need plowing, but since you're using a plow to create it, then it's not going to need plowing anymore, if that makes sense. So then again, I hit Y, I'm going to stop creating fields, hit Y, it's going to start creating them. So just like that. So I like the subsoiler because it gives me a nice square back to work with, so I can kind of lift it, move it around, do whatever I want. So like if I wanted the corner of my field up here, let's say I wanted to make this a corner, I just back up like this, get lined up where I want that edge to be on the left side, and then I can lower this guy down. And I can start going this way. I'm not going to go too far, hit the big bud there, but yes, the big bud is a mod. I put it in here because what better instrument to create massive fields using massive equipment than a big bud. So these are kind of your two options standard in game. So I'm going to move over here to the big bud. Now the reason, this is also a subsoiler on the back of this, and this is my favorite thing to create fields, if you can or if you can afford it. Now it's very expensive, and I'll go over some of the prices, some of these options in the store here in a bit. So this one again, up in the left-hand corner, has allow create fields, limit to fields. Now it is the fourth one down on here, and it says hire worker, which shouldn't do anything. Yeah, okay, perfect. So we're going to lower this baby down. Fantastic. And then we're going to hit, so you see now it's not doing anything, but if we hit Y, boom, we're creating a massive field, and we're going to do it pretty quickly, and we're going to do it nice and square, just like the other one. This is the biggest subsoiler that is standard in game. There may be other ones out there on the mod hub. Again, as far as equipment, other than me using the big bud, sorry, everything I'm going to go over here is going to be standard in-game equipment. Now, just understand that these things apply to all subsoilers in the mod hub, or should, and they also should apply to all plows in the mod hub as well. So they should apply a plow. Oh geez, they should apply to all those. So we're gonna hop out of here and we're gonna move on. So now this next section is for PC only. So if you're a console gamer, those are your options essentially right there. That's it. You just have those. Get something really nice in the mod hub that helps you make them quick. Otherwise, those are kind of your options. If you're PC, you can, and I'll have a link to this mod down in the description, you can put a mod on your game called Cultivator Create Fields. I love that mod because it allows you to create fields with cultivators. So we'll hop in here. This is a cultivator. Up in the left-hand corner, you normally would not have the option to allow create fields unless this mod is on. So again, if I lower it, it's not doing anything because this isn't a field. But if I hit Y, allow create fields. Perfect. We hop over here. It also works on the disc arrow. Lower it. It's not doing anything, right? We hit Y, it's creating a field. Fantastic. We'll hop over here. It will work with a power arrow. So if we turn this guy on and we lower her down, now you might just, if you end up using it just because it's there, you know, it is what it is. But it'll allow create fields. There you go, you're creating fields. Hop out of here, go over here. Here, of course, is a huge disc arrow, which is, it's the biggest one that's standard in-game. So this, with the big bud, of course, sorry, I had to use the big bud, I know it's a mod. Fantastic way to create fields right here. Because also, the subsoilers and plows are going to have a working speed of 7 miles an hour, whereas these guys should all be right around 10, I believe, is for most of them. Yeah. Now, of course, the ultimate field creator, the flexi coil. And, of course, what better tractor are going to do it with a, you know, a big bud. I know I'm going to say that too many times. So not doing anything. Why? Allow create fields. This is how you're going to want to make massive fields right here. This is the way to do it on PC, of course. Sorry, Xbox guys. Sorry, PS4 guys. Anyone on console, I do apologize. This does not work for you. But yeah, that's how you do it. Now, here is the big disadvantage to this mod. If we go into the map, it's going to save it, I guess. Okay. And we go over to here. Let me try to turn off everything so we can see a little bit more in here. Okay, there we go. So, these are where I use the plows and subsoilers. Let me just turn that off too. Plowing is not required, but when I use cultivators, disc harrows, and power harrows, plowing is required. So you're going to have to end up doing that again with a plow if you're playing with plowing required on or anything like that. So though this is a faster way to create fields in the long run, it may not be the best depending on what you're doing, because you may have to go over it twice. Now also too, if you just want to create the field quickly, since you have to do that and you can't hire a worker, and then hire a worker to plow it or subsoil it, there you go. Now you actually can't subsoil it after this, or hire a worker to do it at least, because the subsoiler leaves a cultivated state just like this. So you can't hire a worker to do it after this guy goes. But that is that for you. So let's hop into the store real quick. That's not the store. This is the store. If we go into plows, this is the guy I brought out. Again, you can do it with this. This is 10.5 meters at 7 miles an hour. Note that. However, I still stand by the fact that the best way, standard in game, to create fields is using this guy right here. That's the one I have out. That's the big subsoiler. Out of all the subsoilers, it has the widest working width. Now, it's not as big as the biggest plow. However, this allows you kind of have a squared back versus the plow, which is going to kind of be, you know, it's a little uncertain. You know, if you look at it, when that folds out, it's going to be kind of angled. So it's kind of hard to get it exactly how you want. You're probably going to end up having to use a subsoiler or a small plow on the edges to make it perfect. So that may end up being more work for you. We go into cultivators. This is the flexi coil that I use. Again, very expensive. We go into disc harrows. This is the disc harrow I used. Again, very expensive. So if you're cheating money and you're not worried about money, you're just playing just to drive equipment around, this might just work for you. But if you're trying to save up and build your farm like I like to do usually, then, you know, that may not be the option for you. So that's essentially how you create fields in Farm Sim. These are going to be standard in-game options. Are going to be subsoilers and plows only. And that's going to only be your option for console gamers. However, if you're on PC, download the Cultivators mod. You're going to get these 3 extra options. However, the disadvantage, again, is that those aren't going to leave a plowed state, so you have to do that again. Well, anyhow, guys, this has been Farmer Cop. I hope this video was helpful or informative in some way. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like below. And if you have not already, please hit that subscribe button that's up on your screen and join the channel. If there's anything you want to see in a future video or tutorial or guide or anything like that, please comment below. I'll be happy to do that. Again, this has been Farmer Cop. Thank you, and thank you for watching.